Good evening and welcome to Mediumship Night on the Medium channel. And if you're watching this as a video, don't go anywhere. Your loved ones may still come through, and I will timestamp when we actually start the readings if you want to skip the introductions and the explanations on how evidential mediumship is going to work on such a format as YouTube using the chat and everything. So I'll explain all the details before we get started. And so I'll say a few quick hellos and then we'll go right into the messages. So this is all about just receiving messages. All you guys have to do, maybe say a little prayer to your loved ones, grab a cup of tea or water or whatever, a glass of wine, whatever it is, kick back and enjoy. And we'll see what information that we're able to get through. The main thing about mediumship work for myself and others who do this work is the ability to validate and prove the continuity of life, or to prove that when the body dies, we don't die. We just go into another level or another phase of reality, another phase of living. And through evidential mediumship and through other tools and techniques, we're able to link this world to the other world and able to get messages and communications that way. So my aim is to prove that nobody dies. And if I'm able to do that in a group setting, I mean, I want to get to as many people as possible. Of course, that's not possible. Right now, there's 36 on. We usually average about 80 to 90 on these live events. So we'll do our best. And I'll explain a little bit more in a second on how this works and how a message for one may wind up being a message for 6 or 7 of you. That can happen in a group. So anyways, let me grab, what do I want? Some tea right now. Got a little tea, a little water. I've been doing readings much of the day, so it may take me a few minutes when I get started to get the boosters fired and to get into the spirit mind and to make the connections. But anyway, we have Cindy Mapelli. And by the way, if you are new and you want to say where in the world you are and introduce yourself to our community, please feel free. And hello, Chloe. It is so scary. Okay, I'm missing some of your conversations. Literally just found out. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope that they come through Valhalla. Oh, sorry to hear that. And this will be my first mediumship event on YouTube since my brother went into spirit, so maybe he'll help out. So who else? Yeah, Mary, and didn't we just speak, Mary? Cindy, Lindsay. On that note, if I'm doing a reading for somebody I did a reading for already, I'll let you guys know. Yeah, we work in the highest of integrity, so there's no BS here, only spirit and only connection. So a lot of my personal clients come on these events, and sometimes their loved ones come through. So I wanted to mention that. Hello, Mary, Cindy, Lindsay. Hello, Doreen. Hello, Chloe. Yeah, okay. So sorry that you found that out. Yeah. Hello, Suzette. Welcome again. Thank you for being here. Enspree, welcome. Good evening, Pat. Good evening, Chloe. Oh, a lot of tornadoes. Yeah. We've been talking about a real uptick in severe weather and tornadoes this season. Hola, Valhalla. Welcome. Hello, NV. Suzette, Dan, Anyfly, Melissa, welcome. Thanks for coming on. Hello, Emily and Janice. Hello, and Tanya and Jennifer. Hello, Michael. Hello, Michael. Hello, Carla. And hello, Jody. And hello, Star and Arclight. Welcome, Stephanie. Welcome. So people are starting to come on. And from the UK, so it's a little bit late for you, but thanks for being here, Vanessa. And prayers that all of us that have lost so Utopia, Texas, getting hit with severe weather. Yeah, I know. We're May 1st. May is the peak of tornado season and severe season, but doesn't make it any easier if you're experiencing it. So prayers go out to everybody that's affected by this crazy weather that's really an upheaval of planet Earth, sort of trying to counterbalance all the energy and all the stuff that's going on here on the planet on many different levels. And prayers to all those in spirit. This is about those in spirit, for them to share their love, share their knowledge, share their wisdom with us, and hopefully get some really, really good and strong connections in today. So let me explain a little bit about how how this works. Oh, thank you, Mike, for that. Yeah, he passed on February the 12th. Yeah, right around midnight. Uh, did, I appreciate your sense of humor, Mike. I'm not going to flash that, but I appreciate your sense of humor. Well, we just did last night. We did a full an hour and 20-minute long May psychic forecast, and tomorrow I'm going to upload a video that'll be a 15-minute abridged version of all that's going to be going on with things like Donald Trump and politics and severe weather and the upheavals of the world. But of course, it's a spiritual upgrade, and we'll also talk about the higher frequencies and how we can make May and June, these months, like spiritual gateway months for us. So we're going to talk about a few things that I didn't include in the long live stream. So we're going to have that as an upload anyway. And we'll talk about, as much as I hate to do it, we'll talk about politics because we can't give an intelligent psychic forecast without including politics, because what happened in politics shapes what happens in society. But we also have to understand there's a higher authority, and beyond that higher authority, which may be the corrupt systems, there's an even higher authority, and that's spirit, God, or source. And that's where we connect in our mediumship work. So before I even start, I always say my prayers, and we'll do that today. Before I came on, I did my heart-brain coherence, which I call it heart-brain spirit coherence. So I open my heart, open my mind, and then I connect with the greater light around me, which is sitting in the power, a Tony Stockwell meditation. And then I'm in the high vibration. So only positive love and light spirits will come through in this and all work that I do, basically. And that's the way it happens. So hello from Fort Myers, Ellen. Hello, Vicky, everyone. Hello, 5D High Vibes. Welcome. Let's radiate some high vibes to everybody. Yes. So let's explain how this works. A little bit more tea. Only one rule, which is good because I'm not a big rules person, and that is 808 Saint Germain. Yes. That is anybody that passed into spirit. I'm not a medium. I'm well done. Thank you. I'm actually a small medium at large. So anyway, anybody that passed can come through. Your neighbor's cat might try to come through. Your mother-in-law that you didn't get along with might try to come through. But the idea is we want to open our hearts because the spirits know better than we do. And if you're here for your mom and your third cousin dominates your reading, well, there's a spiritual reason for that. But 9 out of 10 times, if you're able to open, you'll leave some of the expectations. You'll have your prayers and hopes of who to come through, but leave the explanations behind, because the expectations behind, because then you've cut off the communication from other spirits. Like I had just I think last week, I had somebody who had one or two spirits in mind. I got some names, I've got some events, some specific things she didn't recognize until I pried, and then she realized it was a different communicator. Well, we wasted about 10 minutes of her reading trying to figure that out, because she was so focused on the one person she wanted that she was not even aware that others may be coming through. So we don't want that. We want to open up. Like I said, 9 out of 10 times, they want to be recognized too, when they come through. And 9 out of 10 times, at least one, if not most of the ones that you want, will come through. I just wanted to mention that. So anybody that passed can come through. I do work with names and initials sometimes, but be aware that if I get a name and I'm sounding a lot like John Edward, if you're familiar with his work back in the day, I mean, he's still working, but his famous groundbreaking show Crossing Over was about 20 plus years ago. But he'd say, if I get a name or initial, it's either who they are, who they're with, or who's here in the living. And I swear, as much as I say that, when I do private readings, I'll get a name and say, well, I know who that is, but they're living, they're not in spirit. It's like, what did I just tell you? If they can acknowledge people in the living. There's two main reasons that they'll do that. The first reason is they either want to say hi to that person, acknowledge that maybe they're going through more challenges, so they're singling out that person to let you know they're watching over them. or that there's somebody very close to you. And the second reason, and this has been happening more and more, that I'll get a name and it could be not a family member, but a friend that the person just spoke to that morning, or that they just spoke to. And they want to let us know, not only are they still with us, not only did they survive what we call death, but they're still intelligent. They still see what's going on in your lives. They still remember their lives, and they'll bring information through to validate that. And we hope that we'll have examples of that tonight. Again, this is really a demonstration of evidential mediumship. So we want to demonstrate the art and prove that nobody dies through that, but we also want to get meaningful messages through to you. So other than that, I may get appearances, conditions in the body, numbers that could be like months or days of the month. Sometimes I get full birthdays or full anniversaries, full names every now and then, but usually it's just first names or middle names, and stuff like that. So and the other thing is, because right now there's 67 on, so the numbers are getting up a little bit. The spirits want to get to as many people as possible, and they group together. Like I might pick up on the name John. This is your father. He had a heart attack, and there's 8 or 9 Johns that are fathers that had heart attacks. They may group in with that energy and try to get messages to all that it's relevant for, not just the person I'm talking to. So if I'm talking to somebody else, but the validations ring true for you and the messages ring through, well, your loved one is taking advantage. It's called piggybacking in platform mediumship, that they're taking advantage of the energy of the first contact to give you a message also. So you'd be the piggyback contact. So take that. Yeah. And sometimes it's a vicarious experience that your loved ones may not get through all the traffic. Oh, we're down to 63. Maybe some people didn't like that explanation. I don't know. But anyway, so we're not a huge big group tonight, which is good for you guys. I think last time we had 100. But in any event, what I'm saying is, if your loved ones can't get through all the traffic, but you're seeing examples of really strong hits and strong connection, if they were able to get through that they could do that also. At the end of the day, they want to validate that they did not die. And when it's your turn to cross the veil and join them, you're not going to die either. And as I always say, when you lose the fear of dying, you lose the fear of living. And they want us to lose the fear of dying so that we can live with courage and faith, take appropriate risks in life. And we're facing very challenging times. We need the support of the other side. We need our guides. We need Great Spirit, Source, or God with us. We need our faith also to know that things are happening. Things have to fall before they get rebuilt, and everything's happening for a reason. So anyways, on that note, let's get started. Thank you. I will post that. All form of life. Very good. That's a beautiful prayer. So I'm going to add to that right now. So I'm going to open up with a little prayer. 444. Thank you. So, dear Mother, Father, God, Great Spirit, Source, God, by any other name, you are our lifeblood, our wellspring from which we are created. And we thank you for our existence and our love. And we do affirm that everything that happens at this time is happening for the highest good, from a spiritual perspective, and we know that we're safe and protected. And we ask at this time that you're able to allow us to break through the veils and to connect with those in the spirit world in a powerful, meaningful, and safe way, to bring through messages of love, light, hope, and healing from those in the spirit world at this time. Thank you. Amen. Namaste. Shalom. Aloha. Salam alaikum. And if I'm missing anybody, I apologize. I want to cover all the face and everything. So I have my glass. Oh, thank you, Suzette. Thank you for the super stickers. And of course, all donations help to support our channel and our work here. So let me grab a little bit more tea. Aho. Thank you, Cindy. Aho. Mataka say ho. Yes. And I love the Lakota ways and all the native ways and indigenous ways. So thank you for that reminder, Cindy. Thank you. All right. So who's here? Who's with me? Gosh, I'm seeing like in my mind, like the image. It looks like the Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner from those cartoons, basically. So I think I have somebody with a sense of humor. Okay. And there's a male figure that steps in. He had his hair was quite dark. I'm not seeing gray. I mean, he may have had gray hair when he was a bit older, but the hair is quite dark. It's short. There's some, male pattern baldness, kind of, kind of to the degree that I have baldness. So if you want to see my partially bald head, so you get a frame of reference. But he's funny, and I think the name Dick, or maybe he's saying I was a dick. No, I think I'm with a Richard, or the name Richard, Rick, Dick would be very, very prevalent and around this person. I know that I like to drink socially, so I know I'm with a drinker. I mean, and I also feel like I'm being shown a box, almost like a treasure chest. And the person that I'm with, and right now there's 69 of you on, but the person that I'm with, you may have been going through some of their stuff or somebody else's stuff. There may have been a recent passing. There's also an older lady that steps in. It's probably grandma. I have a feeling this is your dad, maybe an uncle. And they're also showing me the name John, used as an example. So the name John would be relevant also. So I think there's a Richard and a John. I don't know who the communicator is, but I feel like this person is here and he's very witty. I think somebody passed, maybe within months, maybe not this person. I think he's been on the other side a little bit longer. And they pop military in my mind. So I think there's somebody that may have served maybe back in World War II or Korea, a long time ago, I want to say. I feel like he's raising my hand. It's almost like I think he's trying to tell me that somebody's recognizing him. So I'm going to check the chats and see. There's a delay. So you may not be getting that immediately. All right, let me see if we can get more information about him. I do feel like this is somebody that organizes things. It may have been like some kind of a club or an organization that he's in, something like maybe Masonry or the Lions Club or something like that, or it feels like more local. It might have even been more of a union thing, or even connected to firefighters or civil service, that kind of a thing. But I feel like the spirit has been around. Now they show me two younger children. This may be your kids, grandkids, or nieces or nephews are great if you're a bit older. But there, and I think a boy and a girl, and the girl's older or taller. I want to say the boy's kind of little. So I think this is in the family. And oh, thank you, Millie. Um, and I should have mentioned in the beginning. I can't really answer individual questions, but I can let the spirits come through. But as I look at your beautiful orange background for the super sticker, I'm feeling yes to that. And for the rest of you, yeah, we have to work with spirit and let them come through. So who's getting that? So Michael Mars' Uncle Rich passed away. Very good. He was an electrician and was in the Navy during Vietnam. So it's Nam. Okay. And hopefully I'm describing him or somebody that he's well. But again, he's funny and he kind of, again, gives me a feeling of being like a father energy. Now, I know that you do have a father on the other side because we've talked about that earlier. But I think this is Rich's time to come through. And he's kind of making me feel like there's either been, and knowing you, Michael, this would be a surprise, but there's a little bit of financial planning or moving of things, I want to say. But there may be some getting ready preparations for a trip. And I feel like, I don't know if you like coffee, but I feel like I'm got a cup of coffee in front of me. I'm getting ready to have coffee. And I feel like this person just likes to sit down and talk and be kind of cool that way. I'm sorry that I left your comment up. But I definitely feel like he's there. And Valhalla Spirit, you may be getting some information also, I want to say as well. Let me see if we have a mess. I feel like say that, that I'm still here. I'm getting the image of a haircut. So I don't know if you got your haircut recently, if that's coming up, I want to say. And I feel like I'm supposed to say the cupboard is half full, not half empty. So I think there's a lesson of optimism. Keep your hope and your faith. You're doing a good job. I want to say you and your partner, your significant other, I want to say. There may be, I don't know if it's a name like Tanya or Tom, but there's a T name I want to mention also. I believe in the living, but it may be with him on the other side, basically. And Rich light coffee and cigarettes. Yes, so that's him. That's his energy. And Valhalla Melissa also. So yeah, your grandfather may be tying. I think the thing that these men have in common is that they're funny. And when I look at you, Melissa, and ask about grandfather John, all I see is a big red heart. So I feel like he's saying, I'm here and I'm sending you a lot of love. that you could use it at this time, basically. And I'm also seeing something about like TV antennas, and you may be installing like wires or stuff like that. This may be going back to the electrician. Oh, your dad was Tom. That's amazing, because I don't. Why did I think your dad's name was Ken? Is that just me being freaking crazy? Because I know he came through once or twice. So I swear, a spirit is my witness. I did not know your dad's name, basically. I forgot the original communicator's name. Rich or Dick, Rich Dick, and Tom are together. I want to say, and they are supporting you, and I feel like you have a lot to look forward to, basically. And you're going to find that more people are going to be receptive to what you have to tell them. And again, I mean, I know you from our live streams and everything, that you're very much always on like tarot time. So I know that you help people with their financial, get things together. But I think it's more than, oh, right, you're a teacher. Hello. I think it's that too, that even though that maybe that there's been some challenges with staff, faculty, or I can't imagine why there'd be any challenges with the Department of Education, but whatever the case, that you're doing a service. And I feel like your people are saying, thank you for recognizing that and sticking with it all this time, and that we love you, basically. So I will leave that with you. Richard Castleberry. Oh, I like that. Speaking of which, I got another name earlier, right when I was meditating. I'll see if this flies. If it doesn't, that's okay. But there's a name like, I think Ron Simmons popped up in my mind, or Rod or Rob Simmons or something like that. But an R name, and not Richard Simmons. Oh, that'd be funny if Richard Simmons was coming through, or if there was a Richard Simmons. But in any event, very good. Yeah. So yeah, I like to seeing you can make things up. Shoot, where did that go? Hello, Elaine. Welcome. Uh, so Rich like coffee and cigarettes, yeah. And my dad was Tom. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show, and anything else that's relevant in that connection. You thought of Richard Simmons right away, yeah. Very good. I'm glad that you caught this also. And again, there's 73 people, but that's not a lot of people for these events. A lot of people get on this. Oh, by the way, it's worth mentioning that if you want to get a private reading, mention this event and you will get 10% off automatically. And I'm just going to type this in. There's a group of women with me right now that are proud to be known as something like the Hen Club or something like that. I think this is a whole different context. That's my contact info if anybody wants it. My last name is Donnie. That's not Simmons. Has stood out for me, and unsure why. Reminded of that. Okay. All right. So anyway, just email us, Cindy, and Yana will take care of the details for you. I'm gonna let that go. All right. So the charm ones. Thank you. Thanks. And hi, Carla, by the way, if I didn't say hi. Christy, honest, I need to drink more and more. All right. Oh, well, maybe I'm not done with you, Michael. I kind of got waylaid. Oh, yeah. What did you have to say? He's proud of you, of what you're doing. Proud of you with the sticking it out with the educational department. I don't know if this is memory or it's coming through, but I think either there's children with special needs that you work with, or it might seem that way. But I feel like he just wanted to let you know that he sees that, and he's grateful for that. I want to say also, and there's a lot of love to you as well. And if anything else comes through, I'll definitely. You know what Donnie Simmons are you saying? What did I say? If I said Ron Simmons, you know what Donnie Simmons, this is for you. Because that's only a letter off, basically. So I'll see if I can check in with that. And this is Katie, so welcome, yeah. Donna, yeah. So he pops in early on in the event. So So Don, I even wrote it down. Ron Simmons. I wrote it down in my notes. Also, Chester the dog. There's two things that I wrote down. So anybody has a Chester, especially that's a dog. I think your dog is saying hello, and I think Ron or Don Simmons, Donnie Simmons is saying hello also. Yeah. Um, and any. All right. So thank you so much, 5D. Yeah. So basically, let me just clear my mind. So I feel like your dad's giving me permission to move on, but he's showing me like signing thing. There may be something that you may be doing with a house. This is back to Michael. I don't know if it's like a refinance or something with an estate or changing things. It's kind of showing like signing things. I think this comes up around the house. I don't think it's anything bad. Just to put that out there. In fact, I think that's really good. So in any event, so let's see if we can get. So let's see with the group of women. I feel like there's three of them. They're all about the same age, I want to say, but I think one died much sooner than the others. I think one of them may have died in their 50s even. I want to say around 53. So kind of on the young side. I think the other two lived a more of a full life. Again, there's a reference to coffee. Maybe I need coffee, but they're showing me coffee and play. I think it's bridge, but playing some cards, I want to say. It could be another one of the card games that has like the dummy, like the dummy is the in bridge is the person that lays their hand out. The card game Canasta does that also. And maybe I don't know if Pinochle does that too, but one of those games would be important. And I feel like they'd get together almost like every week, and there is a church involved with it, so they would be religious, or at least some are religious. And I feel like they talk about a male figure that died very suddenly. Unfortunately, the way this is shown, that this could have been like somebody that died at the hands of another, I want to say, or just a really tragic accident that shouldn't have happened or something like that. But I feel like they want to bring they want to come to let them know that the younger person that's a male figure is with them also. And they show me threes. I don't know if like March 3rd would be important, or if there's a couple of March references. But that's what I'm getting with that. I'm going to see if anybody's recognizing this. I was saying, yes, church in West Park. He always was threes, now new three, sadly and gladly. That's my mom and her sisters. They're the charmed ones. I love it. And this resonates with you. And yes, church. And I don't know if the card games and all the threes make sense to you also, but I feel like they're saying you're doing wonderful work. And we've also done sessions for Carla, but not for many, many years. So a lot of the stuff, I'm aware of your son on the other side, but that I'm aware of from other readings. But I don't think he passed in the manner that I'm talking about. So I don't know if that would make sense to you or not. But that might connect more with like a cousin's child, or something like that, I want to say. But in any regard, every Friday while I watch Full House, that's interesting. Um, uh, and this is just a little validation from before. We had a living trust and we created recently. That is why my father was referring to you. You're so welcome, and it's always my pleasure. Thank you very much. Let's see. So it's nothing. No, not my son-in-law. No, this is. See something. Michelle, my three aunts played cards every Friday. Pinochle was their favorite game. So I think somebody's, and my son passed suddenly in July. Suddenly, I have a feeling he didn't pass exactly the way I said, and in which case I apologize for that, for a little bit of a misread. But I think, like you said, it was unexpected, and there may have been, I don't know, some circumstances that led to that. But he's well, and he wants you to know that, and I'm sorry for your loss. July is very recent, but I feel like they wanted to let you know that he's in good hands right now. And yeah. So very, very sorry for your loss, but he's alive and well. I don't know if he ever liked to lift weights, or somebody likes to do that, or do like curls or something like that. It could be symbolic of you being very strong, I want to say. And he's also shown me signs, and he may not have known anything about yoga or Om in the living, but he may know that you're interested in that or you do that. And then I'm seeing horses or ponies. Maybe somebody played the ponies, or that he grew up, or you understand horses as a reference. But I get a lot of imagery, and then I work on interpreting, and I feel like I'm just here. I'm with grandma, like I'm with grandma basically. And there's also giving me a feel of somebody that may have had some issues with the liver area, or lower in the chest on the right side, or there may have been an impact in that area, but I'm feeling that. I don't know exactly where it goes. And I'm also seeing Fruit Loops. Remember that cereal? You can imagine, giving your kid pure sugar and chemicals first thing in the morning and wondering why they have ADD at school, right? So anyway, and your mom passed in February, so just a year. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah. But I feel like this is your son's way of just saying, that's who he's with. He's with grandma. So um February, I'm trying to see who passed first. Yeah. Um I can't really tell, February 24th or last July. So I think your mom passed. But then, and whatever the case, that they're together. So I feel like he's saying I'm with grandma basically, and just to let you know that he's fine. And I'm seeing, I don't know if it's pork chops or porterhouse steaks, but definitely like meat. I want to say, and I'm a vegetarian, that has like some semblance of a T-bone in it as well. So in any event, I definitely feel like he's here. So love from New Brunswick. And so, oh, there's a lot of 9 energy. February 9, your son July 9. A lot of that. So I'm kind of with 2 or 3 different people here. So my son-in-law Tom had an aneurysm just under his rib cage in his aorta. So that might be where I'm at with that. So I'm with 3 people at once now. 3 groups of spirits. Lamb chops. Yeah, that's what I've seen. Oh, lamb chop. Yeah, of course. It's been a long time, but that's exactly what I'm seeing is lamb chops. I stopped eating meat at 19 and I'm 66 to give you an idea. So your people are very strong. So I feel like they wanted you to let you know again that there a lot of people are taking bits and pieces of the same message, and they're all coming through together and confusing the heck out of me. But boundaries, yeah, I keep boundaries pretty strong, so I'm okay. But they want to get messages out to as many people as possible. So that's the bottom line. So who had the person that passed at the hands of another? Because that's who I want to be with right now. If you can re-identify yourself, because no, not my son-in-law. All right, I'm not getting that. Love the piggy. I do too. Yeah, and that gets more information out to more people. So I definitely do like it myself. But then any event, they were all okay. All the younger people. Somebody I think had a massive overdose. Also, I want to say, I feel like saying that didn't know what he was doing. Yeah, so it wasn't suicidal. It wasn't intentional or anything. That may be one of your lines or somebody else's line. I feel like they're all here and they're just coming to give you all big hugs and let you know that you are good. Love that mug. I am fine. Yes. Ta-da! And I am. And my sister and my grandma, no doubt she is, but I have to work with spirit. Otherwise, I'm going to lose the connection if I try to, answer questions individually. So let me take a deep breath because there's a lot of spirits. So were the people that understood the ladies and the younger person that died suddenly, who would understand that they used to like get together and sing and play the piano and do songs and stuff like that? So I think that's the group. I think that's you, Carla, because I just heard your name in my mind. I know there's a little bit of a delay, and if I'm wrong, let me know because I want to get to the right person. But your name just popped up in my mind. And Envy saying you're with me. All right. So that if that makes sense to you, I mean there's a bit of a delay, so I don't know if you know that. Yes, my aunts. Thank you. So your aunts are and my mom. So your aunts and my mom. So this was the reference on getting together and singing also. So again, all right, and you're the one that I wanted to get back to. I don't know if Envy's your initials. That's for Well, that almost looks like a Grateful Dead sigil in a way with the lightning bolt. He died at the hand of another, and they tried to figure out if it was an overdose. Actuality was because of a murder. Okay. I mean, an overdose can be a murder too, just to put that out there. Oh yeah, yeah. I think it is a murder, and of course, this is what I believe from what I'm sensing. I don't know, so I just want to put that out there. But they showed me a scene. I don't even remember the name of the movie, but basically, Kyle MacLachlan was in it as kind of a scumbag drug dealer, basically, and Patty Duke's son was in it. I forgot his name. I forgot the name of the movie. Something about L.A. Something about L.A. But anyway, at the end, he ratted out the drug dealer, so the drug dealer basically overdosed him. So anyway, so the drug overdose. So that might be you, Carly. And in a group of 76, unfortunately, there's probably a full handful of people that pass from a drug overdose. That's Dale Cooper. Yeah, I forgot something about L.A. I forgot the name of that movie. It was a good movie though. It was an indie back in the 90s. Yeah. I don't know if he was Dale Cooper in that. And your mother taught piano, my absence. So that's what I'm saying. We're getting a lot of connections. Know that all of your loved ones, they can take these. They're all grouping together to let you know that they're okay. Uh, and I feel like with one of these groups that your father, somebody that raised you, died suddenly, maybe a heart attack, but died suddenly, I want to say, to let you know that that person is with them. And I think there may be a name like Rob, another R name connects with that. So that could be the person's name on the other side, I want to say as well. I feel like also they're talking about you taking it some kind of a test soon. So maybe it's something for a job placement or graduate. But I feel like those two elements with the people that understand the rest of this, that would make sense. It may not be you. Maybe I think for you, somebody, maybe your daughter who's a nurse or something like that, or trying to get into nursing or feel like that. I want to say, I don't know if that's Carla again or if that's somebody else, but they feel like they want to let you know that's there also. And I feel like there's a connection to Canada, but I feel like in Eastern Canada, I think one or two of you talked to, or somebody said they were in New Brunswick, I think, or this could be Quebec or New Brunswick or Prince Edward. But I think there's a connection to that area or northern New England, I want to say. But I may be switching into other things. So anyhow, so what else are we saying? Anything? All right, yeah. So I just opening up for the people that they got on late and letting the spirits just guide me where I'm going. I can't really go to individuals that way for a couple of reasons. Nobody had Chester the dog, huh? Oh, your brother died suddenly with a heart attack. I don't know if any of the other references make sense to you, but that could be his way of coming. Lindsay, you're in Nova Scotia. Okay. Um, is that New Brunswick, New Jersey, Katie? Yeah, that might fit. Yorkshire Lanks. His name is Ronnie. What else? My cousin Shirley lost her husband in Kingston Theater at a concert, heart attack. So that's what I was looking for because I thought that was still with you, Carla. And his name is Ronnie. Ronnie is close, especially when I've got 78 living people, which means I've got at least 178 spirits, not 100, working with me. Anyway, so yeah, for Reverend Julie Savoy. I don't know if you're Reverend. Well, actually, I would say if you're spiritualist, that would be a minister, not a reverend. Although, no, spiritualist ministers can be reverends also. The reason I say that, because I feel like your loved one is saying that you've got it, that you can talk to the spirits also, and that they talk to you a lot, and that you have conversations. And there's little white dogs or smaller white dogs. I don't know if they're Westies or or what are they called? Highland. Yeah, but those breeds that are a little bit fluffy, I want to say. But that just kind of popped in my mind. No Chester the dog. How you guys are disappointing me. Or if there's a human Chester with a dog, a metaphysical minister. I love it. Yeah. And you live in New Brunswick, New Jersey. That's great. Don't begin on Roberts. So you have a few Roberts, do you, Katie? All right. And my dad, Robert, died after diagnosed with liver cancer. I think he's been trying to come through because when I was talking about the right side of the chest, right below my rib cage, that's exactly where the liver is. And I'm going to tell you, if he wasn't here, if he wasn't here before, he's here now, because I definitely feel my yes with him. I don't know why he showed me sliced mushrooms. I don't know if you like mushrooms or what that is. And he showed me a lamp that looks like it has a kind of cylindrical lampshade. It's more of a desk lamp. Keep an eye on that. If it blinks, that may be your is it your dad? I want to say. Yeah, Robert, there may be your dad's way of saying hi. He feels like a nice person, and he feels like he would give you hugs, and not all men are demonstrative that. I feel like the name Jim comes up to, or maybe Tim, but I think Jim. So I think that's somebody he's with on the other side. I want to say as well. Um, and I feel like there's something about fires. Maybe you do fire ceremonies also, or test by fire, I want to say. Now it is Beltane. This is a fire ceremony, and some people will do bonfires to celebrate Beltane and fertility, basically. So maybe that's part of your faith also. But I feel like he'll be there and that he's with you, I want to say. And I don't know if you live by a lake, he's got a sense of humor. All the time I hear, go jump in the lake, basically. And I think that's just this is talking about being by the lake or water and swimming. I want to say also, and let me see if the Reverend's taking any of this. There is a little bit of a delay, but Ron's aged ways. Register 16 years. So we'll say some prayers for Val that she can find a job. But I definitely feel like your dad's here. Keep an eye on that lamp. Basically, I feel like he's trying to come. Again, I like his energy. And if I'm a little bit off on the name, I won't be off on the initials. So if it's not Jim, there's a short J name. But I almost feel like a brother or cousin that on the other side. But I may be mistaken. Now, somebody else stepped in. It may be in the same baptism in the lake. There's all right. So I'm feeling my left wrist a lot. I have a Jim grandfather. No, this would be with Julie though. Uncle Jim likes to hunt ducks and fish. Yeah, still no. This would be with Julie. That's who I'm with. Swimming in Cooper Lake in Big Deep. Yeah, I'm near Cooper Lake also. Yeah. So I mean, it's possible that other spirits may have jumped on, but I still feel like this is with the original. Oh, okay. So that's why I'm holding my wrist. So you may not have seen this, but that's what I was doing. Left-handed. Very good. So I don't know. I'm just telling you to go jump in the lake, but not in a mean way, in a nice way. So maybe being in the water helps you. I don't know, but I'm hoping some of the other stuff makes sense because I feel your dad's energy strong. And again, he feels like he's very nice. And if your dad wasn't a nice person, it wasn't what I was describing, there could be somebody else that's like a father, but I think it's the same person. Yeah. All right. So very good. So we're gonna move on. Left hand, yeah, and that's what I was holding, my left hand, right? So they're aware of that basically. So they're aware of that. So if that makes sense, I think other stuff makes sense also. At least that's my theory. Yeah. You're most welcome. Lots of love and blessings to you. Just clearing my mind. So who is here? So the name Amy pops in. Amy and Emil, but I think the name like Amy. Let me see. Who am I with? So there's a lady that steps in. She's fairly tallish, maybe 5'8" or so, 5'9" I want to say. I feel like this is somebody with reddish hair or light hair. I mean, the name Amy or similar could be Annie, but a similar A name could be who she's with or who's here in the living. I suspect she was closer to 60 when she passed. I don't think she was that old. I think there's a connection to a name like Michael also with her. Say hi to in the living, I want to say. This may go back to somebody that I was with already. I feel like there's a reference to music that may be in the living, that who I'm going to likes to play music or is musical, I want to say. But I'm also seeing scales. This could be relevant of the sign Libra, or there's legal signings that are going on. You have documents that need to be signed that may be able to you have something with an estate or release of fund, or it could be a house purchase, I want to say also. But interestingly, as I'm talking, I'm getting this image. It looks like a large stone structure. It almost looks like a big like a big stone structure that there's a tunnel that you can go under, maybe like in a park or like under a road or something. People like to ride bicycles. As I'm talking about that, it reminds me of something in Central Park in Manhattan, but it may be in another location. So let me see if anybody's understanding this. The murder in the LA movie was with me and my daughters applying to nursing school. Okay, so that was before, right? So we got that. Very good. When I was just had to say, Angie, then was little. Daddy used to take me to a place called Johnson's Lake every weekend. We had some together during the summers. That yeah, especially if the scenery makes sense, that might be fine. So, and but she was 15 at the time. All right. All right. Sometimes the names could be somebody they're acknowledging or who they're with. Yeah, and I could be a little bit off on the age, but and earlier I was feeling like there's a younger female also, so that may be her. But I think there's somebody else with her that if I'm with you, basically, I was because of Michael's father was Jim. Interesting. Huh. But no Amy. So I may be getting a sounds like name with that because this is this feels like the person, yeah. Um this feels right. And we actually have somebody named Amy. My dad is Michael, my grandma is Libra and side at 60, maybe crossover at 60. So both Amy and Tanya, listen, could I think that I'm getting some of your references in also. Um, so I feel like I'm more with Amy. So let me just clear my mind. Okay, so you've I don't know if you've been going through a lot with emotional stuff or struggles with people or even self identity or stuff like that. And Tanya, I could be with you also or both of you. So definitely keep listening. And um, but I feel like what was I going to say? Let me clear my mind a second. So they popped the number 15 in my mind also. So there may be a reference to the 15th day of a month being important. I'm going to say November, so it could be November 15th or within the day of that date. Or they're two separate references, but usually those are important birthdays, anniversaries of crossings or stuff like that as well. And I also get a sense of a lot of animals where I'm with also. So I feel like whoever here that you're a pet person. I think more dogs, but it could be dogs, cats, and other things I want to say as well. And basically, she talks about bleaching her hair also or lightening her hair. So this is the woman who I'm with. I want to say that she would do that or like to do that. Maybe a little bit old fashioned for her time. I get this image of somebody who likes to hang their clothes up to dry, when it's warm enough, or that could be symbolic of that as well. Feel like again that you're picking up on things, and you may get a lot of hits or references through music. And they're also showing me a bigger dog that was more like beige-ish in color, I want to say, but had darker coloring with that beige color that may be with them. And I think there's a name like Pat or Paul, like a PA name that's connected with that energy also. So Tanya, this may sound more like you then, that she used to hang her clothes and everything. So I may be with you right now. And and Angela is also talking about she had cats and bleached her hair. And so many hugs to Angela. Yeah, yeah. All right, Lindsay. So yeah, we may get a lot of things, and here's another validation that resonates deeply. Craving water, just inversion so much lately. You also live in Jacksonville, Florida. 13, 18. I've had, and my daddy was a very nice man. All right, so that's what we were saying earlier. So he's very, very, very well in my hand. All right. So Tanya, yeah, you're the one that's picking up on a lot of this. So hey, so I think I'm with you. Say hi to Pat. But the other ones they could take this, this may be there also. Paul James, so that's Angela also. So Tanya and Angela seem to be big winners here right now. So let's see if we can. And where did Amy go? Did we lose Amy? Was that rest of that not making sense to you? I guess so. All right. Oh, okay. So I get where Angela, because so and she, so Amy, took her own life when she was very young. But you understand, the person around 60. So that's good. And I thought maybe my dog was when I read it. Yeah, that would be the right dog, reddish brown hair. Dog's birthday. It's today. No wonder the dog coming through. Yeah. So happy birthday. So what messages do we have for Ton? I feel like say firstly that we're here. We are still alive. And I don't know if it's you that's talking about mom hanging the clothes up, but I'm still seeing that image. I want to say. And they showed me like a big quilt also. I don't know if she knitted or crocheted. I almost want to go more to an older woman that would have been famous for that, I want to say. And they showed me oranges, sunshine. So there's a reference to Florida also. And I feel like a gentleman just came in. He was a little bit challenging. I don't know if this is a father or an uncle. He loved music, I want to say. Might have even sang or been in an orchestra or band at one time, but a little bit crabby, I want to say also. Very short hair with this person, kind of a bit of a larger, somewhat larger build, I want to say. He's saying he's about 5'11", so that popped up in my mind. I don't know if this is still Tanya, if you recognize who this is. It could be a grandfather also, but love music, I want to say. Love music, and that keeps coming through. And there's a delay. And oh, your dad loved music. So I think this is your dad's wave coming through. Now that said, again, I mean, I feel like he's a nice person, but what was I going to say? Yeah. I'm just looking back in the chat. Oh, she was the one that liked to. So I don't know if he was. He could be a little bit challenging personality wise, or so Jody, this may be you, especially whoever has the one that's a little bit more challenging. So Tanya, yes. So that's what I thought. But I still feel like he's a good person. The good people can be challenging also, but I think sometimes he could have been a problem. I think he's owning that. I want to say also, he kind of makes me feel like he just kind of was a little bit separate from the family. That maybe he even lived alone or is emotionally separated from the family somewhat. But they're together. Mom and dad are together. I feel like mom called the shots, so that's what I'm seeing. How often does that happen in families? Most of the time. But I feel like mom's a strong lady and a very nice lady. I feel like she's saying a little sarcastic sometimes, but sometimes we need that. I want to say she showed me glasses that are pretty thick, so she may have had a little bit of challenged vision, I want to say, but she's also has a lot of faith and may have been religious because I see praying, but has a lot of faith, I want to say, and I feel like that when you're praying that she's here, that she comes to you, I want to say. And you talked about Archangel Michael, so that might be that's a patron saint of like the civil service, like the police, firemen, and stuff like that. So maybe somebody that does that kind of work that she's watching over. But in any event, that's what I get for you, and I just feel like they're coming through with a lot of love, basically, and letting you know that they're here, and that mom is with dad. All right. Sorry for your loss, Stacy, and everybody else that had losses. So sorry. Yeah, and Janice is aptly pointing out that grief doesn't really have any time. Yes, and there you go. So very good, very good. So 855. All right. I think it's 7:55 here. Uh, let's see if we can get one or two more in. Uh, Oh, that was the religious piece, right? So she's aware that you slept with her mask card last night, and that she doesn't. I feel like your mom doesn't like to disappoint. Like I said, I think she can be a little bit tough also, but I think she had to be. I think in this world we all have to be a little bit tough, and sometimes women more than men, just the way things are with the programming. Um yeah, so anyways, let me just see who else is coming through. I feel like I've got a couple of other mom figures. I think, although the name Anna, Hannah, there'd be a name like that connected to another female energy who's also religious or went to church, I want to say as well. Uh, and the number 77 pops in. So this may be somebody that was 77. Uh, and so Bella, that she may have been just saying hi to you also. That's how the spirits work in a group like this. So you can take that, say hello. 18-9 completion, the new beginning. Yes, saw 77. So I just saw 77. So let me see. Where are we with that? Yeah, I'm feeling my head. So I know somebody's here. I think that this would connect to the age of that this female energy passed, and they also popped the name Jean in my mind. So I think if that's not her name, that there's either she'd either with somebody with that name or say hello to. And then she pops the number 29, so there may be a born birthday or passing on the 29th of any month, and this may tie into October, either October 29th or there's two references in the same connection. And and your mother, Jean. So that might be you. Your mom might have heard your request. I don't work, with requests when I do this, but I think she heard that to let you know that she's okay and to let you know that she's well. And your aunt Edna was 77 when she passed. Beautiful. So big hugs from mom and your aunt. I feel like they're very close. I feel like they're very much together, and I feel like I'm slicing quiche, I want to say, or something in a pie, but quiche. So maybe she liked to bake or like quiche, or that's something that you did also. And they also popped the number 69, so there may be another passing right around 69 also. But I think that's all for you. I feel like that they want to say to you is that you hear the spirits when they're coming in. So I just want to get some of the hits here. Edna passed December 29th. Edna was 77 or around that. Could you think that she was? And what was the other one? And I'll just say that your mom's Jean. So that name popped in really, really strong for me. So that they're with you. And just letting you know, and there's 77 on the chat right now. So I feel like, it's funny. I feel like Jean, not in a bad way, but it is quite controlling, I want to say, very, very strong energy. And she's still doing that. But I feel like she's saying, I feel like she's telling, it's not that I'm controlling, it's like I provide guidance. And there are a lot of younger people or children. I wouldn't be surprised if she's a teacher even, or somebody in the family. So there's a lot of younger people, I want to say also, that I'm guiding. And I want to see what she's doing with her hands. She probably had a lot of issues in her upper respiratory, or somebody very close to you did, upper chest neck area, because I'm feeling that in my mind. I feel like something about sweaters. Maybe you have her sweaters, or she made sweaters, but I'm getting that and that information. And I'm kind of getting this image of getting a car washed or washing your car. So maybe you or somebody in the family just wash your car. That's about to happen. And I don't know if there's any connection to the South or if anybody relocated to Florida, but they use a term. I'm not going to say the term, but it's slightly derogatory towards Southern people. I don't think she means it in a mean way, but didn't always appreciate some of the people that were around. I want to say also at that time. It doesn't have to be Florida, but in any event, I feel like saying all with love, though. We're not being negative. All with love. So in any event, very good, Reverend. Thank you for coming in. And here's where the psyche, the hate comes. I have one of her sweaters. I bought her in Ecuador, and my car needs a wash. So that's just her way of just saying that I see that I'm aware of that, and to let you know that she's here and that she's with you. Hola, Victor. I don't know who Victor's. Is that Truth Wave Energy Meditation? Is that Victor? Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, let's see if we can get another one out. Here we go. Edna's son relocated to Florida, but her sister relocated to North Carolina. I think I could say the word right. Redneck was the word that came in, but again, we don't want to be negative, and I feel like that's just what people from the north would call those types from the south. But I have to be clear that I love Southerners. I really do, because I'm a New Yorker, and I lived for a short time in Oklahoma and then in Florida, and I just found Southern hospitality is a real thing, and people were very warm and accepting. So I don't have a problem with it personally. But in any event, yeah. Maybe they call them hillbillies. Maybe I've got the wrong term. But anyway, you get what I'm saying or where I'm going with that. Yeah. Yeah, it would be, especially if they're from the north. It would be very different. They do things differently. But again, I just feel like your mom is very strong with you. And show me, you look like what those called mellotrons. Those Indian like Vedic instruments when you do kirtans and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know if you do anything like that. Or if you're interested, but it may be their way of saying to take up things like yoga and chanting, and it's like the tablas, the sitar. Sometimes there's a guitar in those. I think they're called mellotrons. Those accordion like instruments that they use. Yeah. Uh, they judge barbecue in North Carolina. I don't think barbecue's good in North Carolina. That's what I would think. But in any event, and let's say, yes, I need to do that. At one time, I went to a lot of Krishna Das concert. That's totally perfect for what she's showing me. So they know that you went to those concerts. So that's just the way of letting you know that, and saying that. Yeah. So anyway, for people they got on later, we work with spirit. They come through, and I find you. That's the only way that it's going to work in the fair way. But the interesting thing is, as I'm talking, I got the image of a cobra. So I don't know who's coming through. I love snakes and snake medicine, so I don't see that as a negative thing. I think I pulled away, and I get the sense that there's a gentleman. He was shorter in stature, I want to say, and quite old when he passed, and had a lot of breathing issues. I feel like it's really hard to breathe. I think he may have been a smoker. The name David comes in really strong around that. Sometimes I confuse Dan's and David, but the name's David, and the name like Melanie comes up also. Melody, Melody, Melissa, a name like that comes in as well. A less common name with an MEL beginning, I want to say. So I think one of them could be in the living. I feel like the person who this is for is very strong. I want to say, did a lot of things stronger than a lot of men, I want to say. So I think whoever I'm with in the living, is a strong person, physically as well as mentally. I feel the same more mentally, but both, I want to say, as well. But I feel like that there's kind of a funny, male energy with this, that's here. He's left side. Well, on my right, probably on father's side of the family, but I'm not sure. And I think the name Val is relevant also, whether it's Val for Valerie or Val. There's like or Val or Van, but I think a name like that comes up also. So let me see if anybody is short men love saying short stature. Sounds good. David was Edna's son, so hi to David then. If that's the David, she's strong, so she's gonna stay with me basically. I like that. I just say short because I am short. I'm 5'5". That is short for a man. And your dad's name is Stacy. Stacy, it's David. I want to see if any of the other names, if at least two of those three names make sense to somebody. And I go just past today. So what would that be? A name like Val, or at least a V name. I could be a little bit off on the name, but not an initial what it sounds like. I think there is a name like Melissa, Melody, Melanie, like a name like that. I think that's all connected to that. Judy has an uncle Val. All right. Walter, but I'm seeing who can get all of these. Yeah, you're not just one, but all of them. Oh, wait. This could be a hit. Brother David has my daughter Marlena. That I could take that because it's a similar name. Is still living, and that feels right to me. And I think there's somebody else. Um, Somebody else might understand that also. So I think two people are going to have elements of this. But I feel strong with Judy, I want to say, and I feel like saying you're strong, basically. And hi to your daughter from your brother, I want to say also. He feels like he comes in very close. I don't know if you did a lot of stuff with your brother. When he was younger, I want to say. I don't know why I want to hold my shun guy in my pyramid. I feel like he's saying if you're very quiet, you will feel him. And sometimes you respond and look around, but then you don't necessarily say hi. So I feel like you're more intuitive than you think, and he's right in my ear right now. I feel like saying that you're a blessing to so many people, and not to feel like not to self diminish, I want to say, because I don't know if you work in anything connected to healing or maybe teaching, but there's you might be retired now, but whatever the case, I think there's a Joe or Joel also that may be with him or say hi to, I want to say. But I feel like he's saying, but I'm at peace. I wanted to let you know. And that this is somebody that had a lot of struggles near the end of his life, but he's at peace. And I don't know if you like cinnamon a lot or if he likes cinnamon, but I'm smelling cinnamon as he's coming in. And I feel like it could be nutmeg also, but you put this on in drinks or some kind of drinks also, I want to say. And I think this will all go to Judy, but unless somebody else is getting all of that, retired nurse and Uncle Joe. So that confirms that I'm with you. And so I feel like your brother wants to let you know, and you're Valerie. So you're Val, and so I may be with you also. Oh, I know who you are, Judy. It just struck me. You've been on a lot of these live streams. Many struggles at the end. I made cinnamon bread for holidays. I think he loved your cinnamon bread because I'm smelling that, I want to say. So we've done work before, I think more in groups than anything, but none of this has ever come through that I'm aware of. So this is all new information for me. It's just saying yes, and Val's that. So I think your dad is trying to show up also. So just say quick hello from your dad as well. 5'4", he's even shorter than me. Yeah. Hi family. Hi Victoria. Yeah. So we do Ed sketch. Haha. Okay. Yeah, I know I'm winding down. Sometimes, I did a full day of reading today, so I'm starting to feel the burn. But what do we have for Val? Transition is what we have. I don't know if there's like any process for a new job or something like that. And I feel like he's selling somebody to maybe get rid of the old junker, I want to say. So I don't know if you or somebody in the family, it could be a husband too, is if their car is kind of a little bit on their last legs, I want to say, but I feel like replace that. I think that's for Val, but it could be for the last person I was with, Judy. um and But I feel like he's laughing. This is the shorter gentleman, and I feel like he does have a sense of humor also, I want to say as well. And I feel like back to Judy with the cinnamon bread or whatever, that he liked the raisins. I want to say maybe more than the cinnamon, but in any event, or likes raisins. I feel like I'm supposed to say that. Get rid of him, LOL. My dad. Okay, so that's more your dad, and she's sitting behind me. My friend Val bought a new car and is getting rid of the other one. So your friend Val is saying hi too, and he's using a piggybacking through Val's reading, who she's apparently not taking this, but you are. So your friend Val is using that as a way of getting through. I want to say as well. and Judy saying my father loved the raisins and the bread. That's how you know. That's just a little bit more evidence, and they give us evidence just again to validate that they're still intelligent. Val to the other Val, lots of love. Yeah, I have an Uncle David on my house in the living that runs my papa's mechanic shop. Yeah, mechanics feels like a big deal with this person, so I'm not surprised. Yeah. Uh, I think it's more likely the uncle, but I think one of these men, yeah, drinks, I want to say, but it may be the living one. I want to say also. So in any event, but I feel like again the message for you a lot of transition, but it's a good transition, and you may find that you're letting somebody go that was a bit of a backstabber or narcissistic or something like that, like a friend or something like that, and moving into greener pastures, I want to say also. And it looks like there's some travel to water by the ocean, I want to say. But a private, it may be like a bigger lake, but there's like a private beach, I want to say, and a bulkhead, I want to say also, like a little pier there. So that might be a place that you would go with your dad when you were younger and that kind of a thing. And Lindsay knows the dads, and they're with other people. Yeah, I think that goes more likely to Val than anybody, but it could be Judy or the other person that was in. So in any event, I think we're winding down. We've been on an hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, so I think I've got to close shop for now. So hi everybody. Yeah, and some people on the replay may pick up on some of these references also. So we had a good night of mediumship. So anyway, people that are coming on late. Yeah, hi Anita. Thank you for stopping in and saying hi. So if you mention this event, it's probably easier if I just type it in again. Mention this event and you want to get a private reading, we will give you 10% off. And it's info at atombetweentheworlds.com. And that's my website's also betweentheworlds.com. And we're having a new website soon. I'm going to have a free online course on developing spirituality, a 40-minute course for free on my new website. Hydrate, exactly. We need to drink a lot of water when we work, yeah, because we raise our frequencies and creates chemical byproducts in the body. So anybody that does mediumship healing, any kind of energy work, always drink a lot of water. Don't dehydrate. And Sunday at 11, we're going to do our weekly forecast tarot time. We have the full May 2025 live stream is available to you. That was an hour and 20 minutes. I'm going to condense that into a 15-minute or so upload that'll come out. I'm aiming for 12/12 on Saturday for that to come out. I'm going to make it tomorrow. And then Sunday's tarot time. And that's where we join more as a community and talk about stuff. And yeah, we're here to help you, assist you in the awakening process. That's what the medium channel is here for. I am a professional evidential mediumship, so that's the format that I work from. But we do all different layers of spirituality that's helping us with our personal awakenings as well as global awakening. So we have a lot of information to help you to deprogram, to clear, old baggage and stuff like that, to work more with your guides and angels, to develop your intuitive gifts, and to help you to ascend and awaken. Basically, that's what we're here for. And I set this channel up. It'll be 5 years this June 21st for this to be a safe place for people that are starting to awaken to come to, because I knew at the time that in the 2020s there's going to be mass awakening. So I think as the years go on, the medium channel is going to get very large, and there's going to be a lot of people that are awakening that want to come. So this is a safe place. We're like family here. And speaking of which, if you want to dive deeper, we also do frequency channeling work through the master teacher. So when I do my channeling work, with your permission, of course, they access your energetic fields to help to increase your frequencies and accelerate your awakening in a safe and powerful way. So we do that on the medium channel about twice a month. But on Spirit Mind Family, that's our Patreon group, we do deeper work, more intensified work with the master teachers, and have all kinds of exclusive content. One meditation and video per week. It's only $5 to join and to get all this stuff. So that's called Spirit Mind Family. That'll be on the pinned comment if anyone wants to join that. May is astrology month. So we're going to start astrology month and dive deeper into astrology on that format. And have you heard of the heart of the psychic eye? I've heard of the psychic eye and the heart, or this heard of the store of the psychic eye. No, but that's beautiful. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you for being here and supporting us. And thank you. I have to post this because I love amazing. This is Children's School of Yoga. I believe the last Sunday of the month at 5 p.m. is our next yoga class with Doreen of Children's School of Yoga. So you've been here since the beginning. So our 5th anniversary is coming up. We just passed 25,000 subscribers within the month. So we're starting to expand. We're starting to get there. So for our 5th anniversary, we will do our next mediumship event. That'll be on or right around June 21st. So that'll be the next time. And love you guys. Thanks for being here. Beautiful people. See you at the next video.